And we don't know who these third parties are sometimes that they're selling this information to.
Yeah.
What if it's a Chinese company disguised as an American company or disguised as a Portuguese company and they're selling that information to the Chinese? What if, why would they want to give it up? Why would they want to give it up? The only thing in this world that is probably more important than just having a ton of money in your bank account, I mean, as you're looking for power, is information, because information is power. So Sundar Pichai, I'm sorry, and Mark Zuckerberg and Jack and all of these folks at Microsoft, they don't want to give this up. They are more powerful now, I believe, than maybe heads of state. Heads of state are begging them for access to their internet, right? And we don't even know what else they're doing as far as classified, operations for the government and, other private, maybe classified private government coordinated experiments or operations. They're working on all kinds of things, space, world programs, those issues to me are so important, Attorney General. And I feel as though we're at the cusp of these huge, great changes on our planet, right? We're at this really weird, a friend of mine used it before, a paradigm. And we're not looking at how these technologies are literally going to change not only our foundation of government, but the way the world is from here on out. So, I mean, I know that wasn't just one question, it was a big statement, but what can we do in order to protect, just protect our constitutional rights and also be able to fight these behemoths? Because like A.G. Paxton had said, when he was on the show, he said, look, they were lobbying people in Washington, D.C. to basically defund us so we couldn't investigate them. I mean, have you seen that there? They're using their power to target you?
Look, the big tech companies have a lot of power, and maybe this is even a good transition to talking about the critical race theory and other things, is that part of the problem with these companies, the CEOs you mentioned, is it's not only do they have all this information, and information is power, as you said, and that ability to control and manipulate people, and then even manipulate what we see. You mentioned earlier about the stuff that they, suppress and throttle and don't let us see, and then part of that is that the reality is that, they're very left leaning. I mean, and so they have an agenda. And so it is important for us to push back now. And sometimes, I think I've said this to you before, whether it's, some of these lawsuits against Biden, some of this stuff against Google, I feel like Luke Skywalker going to the Death Star, because there's all these things going on and all the, the Imperial forces, coming at me. And a lot of times I feel like, we're on an island. We don't have a lot of help. And I know even here, Google, look, the top lobbyists in the state, they're on contract with them. They have a phalanx of lawyers, lobbyists. They have all this money, all this power. They don't want to get rid of it. And the more money and power I get, the less likely it is anyone's going to hold them accountable. And so, we have seen in the past, even here, when we filed our lawsuit in state court, and I was the first AG that filed that in state court, that, op-eds started popping up from business owners saying, oh my goodness, why is Brnovich doing this? And, and kind of playing off the old Google is helping all these businesses and helping the little guy. And, so they're very, very good at PR manipulation and lobbying.
Right.
And even when there's lawsuits against them, like there was a recent lawsuit that we tried to intervene in and try to stop in federal court where, Google did a settlement where, the plaintiff's lawyers get like $4 million, so they're all happy. And then consumers, there's a settlement. And since they say they can't get money back to consumers, they end up giving millions of dollars to groups like the ACLU and these like think tanks and universities that basically are supporting Google and push out research that says Google's the greatest thing in the world. So it's like this cycle now on many levels, academia, media, on the law and lobbying. And so, my goodness, like I said, I feel like Luke Skywalker and I need some help. Where's the Jedis? I need someone to come in and help me.